Back.
Oh, hello, man.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Let's see. It was light attack, liquid lightning, light attack, wall elements, light attack, that curse, that exploding curse, swap bars, animation cancel out of the exploding curse, and then light attack, the pet, causes the pet to pulse, and then heavy attack, and then the shocking touch thing, swap back. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then heavy attack, and then 5. So there's 5 damage over times. Let me switch back over. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Alright. First, let's start moving shit over to where it's supposed to be. The wall elements goes there. For sure. Now, what could possibly take the place of liquid lightning?
I personally wouldn't know since I never played as a Magicka DPS,
Yeah,
so...
It's a damage over time, but it's also an AoE. And I guess I could replace it with something that's damage over time that's not an AoE. Theoretically, I guess.
I guess if you want, I mean, hey...
It's tough one. Actually, I think that goes there. This would be my shield. So. Yeah, I could use that, actually.
Such lovely plants.
What's going on right now? Fuck you! No, I'm kidding. I just put bone armor. Just in there. This looks like it should be available.
Must be careful. Don't want to harm them.
Alright. Shit. I hate to do this, but I have to. Fuck. I gotta go back up to the character real quick. I'll be right back. Fucking loading screen. I should have just took a fucking picture of it. I should have took a picture of it before. And I wouldn't have to deal with this shit. Alright. Go back. Again. Alright. This is virtually a duplication of the other character. Only I replaced everything with something else. There is a little bit of an extra here. It's like a kind of an extra thing. You fucking target dummy. I'm gonna go to Cash Panna's primary residence for the target dummy. I don't even need it to test the DPS, I just need to do the rotation. Yes, where are you? Freaking target dummies. Shit. No target dummies. Wonder if there's target dummies at the house. Maybe Poker Smeekter, probably, right? He's a very serious trial guy. I'm gonna go to his house. Hey, how you doing, Brian?
I'm doing good. I was like, what the heck? Who's in my house?
Yeah, I'm back. Officially.
How you doing?
I'm alright. I'm alright. I just used this character in Veteran Ethereum Archive, and I realized that it doesn't really, even though it seems like it's great in the dungeon, it doesn't really have a rotation for a boss. So I went over to my Sork, and I tried to copy over what could be some semblance of a rotation, but it's actually kind of tough because, I mean, it's tough, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, well, what is she? Is she it's a dark
ne
elf? What do you?
necromancer, magic necromancer.
I'm messing with that because I've been trying to kind of copy a Sork build for a necromancer, and it
That's what
doesn't
I'm
seem to
doing right
really
now.
work.
Yeah, I'm
Because
failing at it too. But first of all, you need this. He's got to be up all the time because I'm doing the
yeah,
necrophones thing. I took the
I've
gear
got
over.
that, but
But I don't know. He lasts a long time. He's 16 seconds, so he doesn't get casted often. But you got to make sure
'cause
he is up. But here's
I've
what I'm thinking.
noticed
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't really build a crit build with him. I'm
No. I'm
maybe.
doing maximum magic, but I have 50% crit. But I'm not. I didn't really do it on purpose. Matter of fact, I probably could change the Mundus Stone over to the max magic one, and I'll be
Well,
perfectly safe.
there's a drop set in elsewhere that's like max, everything magic.
You mean just like Necropokes?
Yeah, but you don't have to have a pet. The whole thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The whole thing is max magic, but
Okay.
it's a drop set. It's not
Well,
a craftable.
the thing is, this pet is good. He is a damage over time, and he is
Yeah.
strong. So
Yes.
I could use this set, Necropotence, and that set, and just
Yeah,
get rid of the Moon Dancer.
it's called Crafty Aleph Cure set, and
Where
like I
is
said, the whole set is just max magic.
is it a
Everything.
craftable or is it drop?
It's a drop.
Okay, so you do the dolmens. Is there dolmens in elsewhere or no?
No, they don't have dolmens. They
So how do
have
you get the jewelry?
they have the dragons.
They're like world bosses, and they give you
Yeah,
jewelry.
they just
Okay.
fly around and the groups run up on them and they drop whatever.
Okay.
But I have 3 pieces of the jewelry which were blue. So I mean, I haven't seen anybody give up the swords yet.
The
But you can buy.
The tether is really good too. That tether that you attach to the floor. But I think that the only way you can really get that tether to go when you need it to go is by sending out that exploding skeleton. So he puts a blast ball on the floor for you to attach it to. Otherwise, even when you just do a heavy attack, you can't really attach the tether to anything. But here's what I gather so far. All right. Probably start the fight the way you start the fight when you hit your imp. That's going to be the way you hit this. Right. Then it's going to be light attack, put the grave down. Light attack, put down the wall of elements. Light attack, entropy, switch bar, animation cancel. Right. Light attack, the ability from the soul tree, the damage over time one. Right.
Yep.
And then heavy attack and shocking touch would be the end of the sorcerer's rotation. But, truth be told, the tether's so freaking strong, I have to figure out how to use it, and I don't really know how to do that. So maybe the fight would actually start by sending out the skeleton first before you do anything else. Because he's going to take a minute to get there anyway. But you need him to be there so you can add the tether to the rotation. So we'll send out the skeleton, switch out, summon him, and then do light attack this, light attack that, light attack this, swap bars, light attack this, and then heavy attack. I should be able to cast tether, but I can't. So I would just go heavy attack to touch and then switch back. But this tether thing, it's messed up, man. You can't really. Alright, it looks like he died over. Let me see what's going on. Let me see what creates the blast bomb. I did a heavy attack, it didn't create it. Send him out. Does he turn out the blast bomb? Yeah, he does. And then I get touch the tether. Okay, so it has to be used in conjunction. Okay, I see. So in the start of the fight, you send him out, put this on, do that, do that, do that, do the tether, do this, heavy attack, then this, and then maybe this and swap bars really fast, and then go back. Right? But, it still feels weird, you know what I'm saying? I just gotta get used to it, but I think it's gonna be something like that in order to compete with how many damage over times you're doing. The thing about the sorcerer was everything you did was AoE. And now I'm trying to replace things, but it's not AoE. I'm replacing it with some of the stuff. Like entropy's not AoE, but it is damage over time. The soul siphon's not AoE, but it is damage over time. And on a boss, you're gonna need those extra things. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I think I'm gonna end up having to do. Send this guy out, switch back, turn that on, do this, swap really quickly, do this, and then somehow mix it in and swap back at the rotation's like a little bigger at the moment than the other one, you know? My brain is like short-circuiting right now, trying to... Okay.
Figure out the
There's
best
that,
way.
that, my bars, send out another skeleton, fuck it, do that, and then do this, and then go like this, switch over, do that, send out the skeleton, do this, swap over, and then do that. And see, I don't have anything to attach the tether to. I need to make sure that I always have a blast bomb there for that tether. That's important. And I can see the blast bomb doesn't last a long time. So what I have to do is I gotta put that skeleton, this guy, in the rotation somewhere where the timing of the tether is gonna be very shortly after him. Okay, I know what to do. I think. Okay, I know what to do. Okay, Leo gets. What do you want? Leo gets. Alright. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put him there, and then I'm gonna put this there, and then the fight will start out like this. This, swap, this guy's gonna be coming, like this, and then go like that, and then go like that, and then it's tether, and then heavy attack, and then swap back, and then like this, and like this, and like this, and like this, swap over, and then like that, and then coming out, and then this, and then the tether. Alright, this is tough, but I think I'm onto something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
There seems to be like a little bit too many in there now, like too many different things. It's like it's just too big. The rotation's too big. But it has to be too big because this guy, you don't get nothing from casting him again. You just summon another one. With the imp, you actually get something by casting it again. You get that damage over time pulse thing. So you kind of do need... let's see.
And what is it? The only thing you get from one of them is a passive. It decreases it by 12% or something for casting. Now, does this guy do any damage?
It says 30,000.
Because my understanding of that tether was supposed to be they had to be between that.
No, it's AoE from where it is too. It's gigantic AoE.
Okay.
Yeah.
I misread it because I thought it had to be between the...
It's also between. Yeah. It actually is your strongest damage over. It's your strongest thing, and it gives you magic back too, at the same time. And while you have this slotted, you have all your damage increased by 3%. It's crazy, right? It's nuts. It's nuts. Maybe I need to put the corpse dude, that exploding corpse dude, on both bars. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, you don't really need entropy when you're doing like a trial and shit. So, what I would do is I would put the skeleton guy here. Where is he? And then here, I would just do another blast bones. Another skeletal bone, blast bone stalker. So, now I have it on both bars. And now the rotation would simply just be like, you know how you like to start with ultimates and shit, so. Maybe you don't even need the heavy attack, shit. Because you get your magic coming back and not fairly slow either. This is what I was missing from that trial before, you know? I didn't have myself set up like this to be able to do this. I think this is working. I think I figured something out.
I mean, you got it pretty dialed in right there, so that's...
Yeah, I'm running out of magic now, so I do have to make sure the heavy attack is in the rotation. For sure.
See how they changed stuff over for the sword though in the jumping point.
What, to be able to do heavy attack, high damage with the heavy attack? What do you mean?
No, it's in the tree toward like the, I think it's under the staff. Let me double check where's that in the tracking tree. Let me double check. Yeah, staff expert. Increase your damage done with light and heavy attacks for destruction, restro, staves, as well as overload by whatever you put into it. So that one ultimate.
I'll get out of here. And what's that? They put that in the destruction staff tree?
Yeah.
For the Sork?
Yeah. Yeah. It's in the...
It's a passive or no?
It's a champion point. It's staff expert. Increase your damage done with light and heavy attacks for destruction, restro, staves, as well as overload by whatever points you put into that. So that.
Yeah, I have a lot of points in that right now.
So if you've got points in there, that's going to increase the.
So I have 71 in staff expert right now.
In inventory. What is that? Skills. That's going to be in the storm calling. That's going to go under the your ultimate.
Well, I guess the reason why they did as well as overload is because overload is the only ability in the game that uses the same button as your, you know what I mean, as this.
Your staff.
So basically, they don't want you to not get a benefit when you switch to that bar. But alright, so alright.
So how you been doing?
Yeah.
How's the wife doing?
Not really good news on that front. So
Sorry to hear
yeah,
that.
that ended. You know, the situation can't reverse it. Can't go back in time. You know, just trying to take my mind off of it. It's tough.
I hear you.
So I opened up a business and I went to work for family, and it's just constantly people lying and not not paying, and my own family not paying, and it's just like I couldn't handle the stress of that. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I she couldn't handle the way it stressed me out too much, you know. Like I wanted to murder my own family for what they were doing to me, but it ended up ruining my marriage instead. I should have just fucking murdered them instead, and then when they get out of jail 12 years later, maybe she'd still love me.
Nightmare, I hear you. Oh, what's his name? Full Spirit. Oof.
Spirit Wolf, right?
Ooh, my God.
Yeah, I heard some things that he was kind of.
Oh, he's not really associated, but I'm still in the guild, but he's not there because I stayed just because of the other people there. But
Sure.
let me tell you, wow, what a piece of work.
And you never have nothing bad to say about anybody.
Well, oh, well.
I know,
Oh my
it's
God,
really strange, right? Like he was. Well, how would you describe it if you had to describe it? Insane?
If I had to describe, he is. Let me see if I can find the words for what he is. Because I don't know if I can actually put him into words. Well, let me give you a little bit about myself. A little bit more backstory so you can kind of fit me into what he did. Nightmare, I'm a very spiritual person, and I actually do, and I don't know what your religious beliefs are, but I do spiritual work for people.
Okay.
And I did a lot of work for that SOB. Trying to clean stuff up for him. And the best way I could put it for what he is a spiritual predator.
Wow.
He literally looks for people that are what you, if you wanted to get into it, that are sensitive, that are psychic, that are more aware of things on a different realm.
Okay.
And because do you know what he tried to take me for?
No.
He tried to get me to give him $7,000.
Real life money?
Yeah, real life money.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
And because I sat and listened to his spiel when he was laying it on. He was like giving me all this sob story, and that's what he's looking for, is people that are very, very sensitive. And he was trying to use that against me. It's like, no, I get your spiel here, bud. But yeah, that's where he went first. It's like, I need $7,000 to get away from my horrible, nasty wife. She's so evil, so vicious. Blah, blah, blah. And when I didn't bite for that, he tried to go for $2,000.
Wow.
And I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh shit.
But yeah, I did a lot of stuff for him to try to clear stuff up, and then yeah, let's just say whatever he was into came back and bit me in the ass, and I've been dealing with that for the last 4 years.
But in real life?
Yeah, in real life, whatever was attached to him jumped on me.
I see.
Nasty, nasty, nasty stuff. And I mean, I've only had that happen once before, but at the time when it happened before, I had some friends around that were able to help me get rid of it. This time I didn't have anybody to help me get rid of it, so...
You mean like, I mean, in a sense, like bad juju?
Yeah, bad juju. If you want to think of it, I would put it under the concept of demonic.
Really?
Yeah, it came back after me and it told me it was, I'm sent to destroy you. I'm sent here to kill you. I'm sent to do bad shit. So, and as
did you get a name?
I didn't get a name on whatever it was. It's just not nice. I haven't been able to get it off of me. I've been dealing with that for like 4 years now.
Wow.
And well, I look at time differently. Eventually, he'll.
I actually have. I don't tell anybody, but I have a lot of experience with what you're talking about.
Well, see, that's the thing. This is what bothers me about this. This stuff usually just doesn't. It's not able to just walk up to me, and this shit was able to basically. It ran up and jumped on me before I even know it was on me, and I'm like, yeah. So, whatever he was dealing with, yeah, he pissed some people off. Let's just say he pissed somebody off, or a group of somebody's off.
I see. Holy shit, Ryan. I'm so fucking sorry I introduced you to that piece of shit.
Part of it's my own fault, Raven. So don't think I didn't see it. I just have a specific way that I deal with this stuff, and this kind of came at me in a manner that I'm not used to dealing with. It's not like I didn't get some hints, but I guess you would say my main way of dealing things is I trust how I feel a lot.
Yeah.
And with this, there was no feel to it until it was right on me. But I did get hints, but I'm just not used to dealing with things in the mental realm. Because when you first introduced me to this, who was it? I'm trying to think of Her Sweet Revolver and a couple other people ran from him like he was the plague. And they even told me, Her Sweet Revolver said, hey Brian, you're higher up in Nightmare, and I want to come to you first before I leave the guild over here, because I was introduced. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But my curiosity gets the best of me sometimes. And even when I was doing the work for him, I should have taken a hint when he's like, I can kind of see how you're doing what you're doing. That should have been my big red flag right there. Like, well, you honestly really don't need to know how I'm doing it, but it was literally about a day after that is when as somebody else would say, it jumped on me and rode me like a show pony.
Oh. You know what I can do? I can do something for him for you.
I'll be honest, whatever, because I honestly know he had a hand in this too. The shit didn't start until he knew what I was doing, and I should have. That's another thing, I broke my own rule. I started working, doing stuff for him, and then I made the mistake, because I'll be honest, I was kind of curious, because I was like, because I asked him, I'm like, what the hell's going on in your life? And he's like, what do you mean? I go, I've never seen the level of shit, because that's what it was, on somebody.
What was his
that's on you.
What was his response to that?
His response to that was that he had pissed a lot of people off. He said he had pissed off a not a coven, but covens. Like, do you know how covens work
Yeah.
in the traditional sense?
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, the way he explained it, he had pissed off a coven that had probably hived a number of times, because he said he'd had somebody that was he said he'd pissed off something that these groups that was probably, if not hundreds, thousands of individuals, you know, working together. And the only reason
you don't know who they are, do you, by any chance?
No.
Okay.
The only thing he said to me is that he works with his wife, which his wife is a native of Canada, and she's associated with what they call the Ring of Fire. Which, from what I understood, what he was saying, she's one of the native groups there in Canada. That it's a, what would you call it? It's a family lineage.
Right.
But like I said, the shit didn't hit the fan until I made the mistake of telling him that I was doing stuff for him.
So, meaning you were trying to clean him.
Yeah.
And they weren't having it.
So, but I also think that I think he actually targets people of talent.
To move over what's wrong with him, so he doesn't have to deal with it as much.
Yeah, because he specifically, when I let him know, told him, that's when he's like, oh, I can kind of see I can almost see what you're doing. And like I said, it was after he tried the bullshit. Like I said, he tried because I don't think people actually understand the concept of actually how spell work works. Spell work, people don't understand that you and I are actually physical embodiments of quantum computers. And the way you actually insert a program into you and I is to get either through internal or external programming, is to get ourselves into a highly emotional state, which kind of loosens up the hardware in a sense, and then you insert whatever program you want. And that's what he was trying to do with me when he was giving me all the bullshit, talking about how the wife and all this blah blah blah. He was trying to get me into an emotional state and then feed me the program of saying, give me $7,000.
Do you know anything about where he lives? You have his address?
Well, like I said, I have a picture of his thing. I know that his first name is Larry, for sure. I don't know about his last name because that's just too generic. Other than Canada, because that's the other thing that concerned me, is that he had no information about me other than my first name and a general area where I live. But let me put a nightmare. I would, if you have any information, be very careful with if you do anything with this, because whatever he sent me, not nice.
Yeah, but I am like, you see how you, hold on a second, I gotta turn off my stream.